Hello everyone. Yeah, so today we're gonna have a special stream. As you can see around here, I think, around here, where is it? Here. Around here, we are doing a partnership stream with Kojikin. So we received a couple of really cool bottles of Kojikin's sauces, which we're gonna cook with today. So Kojikin's, hope you can see this, Kojikin's, they came in a nice little parcel with a lovely card from Chief Doctors. Obviously you can see this is quite a special stream. So we do have Kojikin sauces, which are a Brighton-based company, so they are quite local to where I live here in West Sussex. And they are two doctors who wanted to create something very special, a fermented sauce. So both of those sauces are fermented probiotic and prebiotic sauces, which come from rice mold. So rice mold, which is koji, this is where the word koji comes from, is a Japanese method of fermentation and is used since thousands of years in Japan to make soy sauce, make miso, make sake, for example. And yeah, it's apparently the newest, biggest thing since you heard the word kombucha. Yeah, so and we've got two different sauces and we're gonna cook with both of them. So yeah, I wanted to do something a bit more Japanese to honor the koji and where koji comes from. And therefore we're gonna make a poke bowl. We're gonna use some raspberry rice, some of our black rice, to make this look really, really cool. I've got some bok choy here, which we're gonna use our hee sauce for. So there's a hot sauce and a dark sauce. The hot sauce, it says here, the hot sauce is to add spicy complexity to your food or marinate your ingredients for a few hours and let your koji do the magic to bring out the fruity flavors hidden within. And it's got chilies, the rice koji, so that molded rice, sesame seeds, shallots, garlic, maple syrup, rice vinegar, sea salt, spices, and probiotic life cultures. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, so the only allergen that's actually in there is sesame seeds. So if you're allergic to sesame seeds, this might not be for you, but it's 100% natural and triple fermented. So they have a very special fermentation, a way to ferment foods, which you can look up on their homepage. Koji, I hope I'm saying I'm pointing to the right thing. Kojikins.com. And yes, let's open them. The other one, the dark one, is called Yami, and that's more of a barbecue sauce of old to add smoky complexity to your food or marinate your ingredients for a few hours to let, to bring out the flavors deep within. This one's got maple syrup, rice vinegar, rice koji, sesame seeds, chilies, garlic, sea salt, spices, black truffle, saffron, smoke and probiotic life culture. So this one is the top notch of Japanese barbecue style sauces, I'm sure. And we're going to use some tempeh to marinate the barbecue kind of flavor style. It's going to be marinated in the tempeh one. So they're in glass bottles, so reusable, sustainable, and yeah, really, really good for the environment. So minimal plastic, which is awesome. We're going to open the dark one, which is a barbecue style one. Again, barbecue of old, used to add smoky complexity for foods. Maple syrup, I guess this is going to be very much maple syrup, smoked, black truffle and saffron. I don't think I've ever had black truffle, but my god. Oh my, it smells really cool. Let's try this. I'm gonna put some on my lovely bamboo spoon. We are going all the way sustainable. So this is what it looks like. It looks a little bit, it definitely looks dark. And it smells a little bit vinegary, but it could be because it's a fermented sauce. So anything that's fermented obviously tastes and looks a bit more vinegary, or sometimes even a little bit like alcohol. Oh, okay, so I can see the garlic in there as well and the herbs and spices. So I'm just gonna give this a try. Oh my, This tastes, wow, this tastes really good. It's got a really, really deep flavor. So this is definitely what I would say is an umami flavor. It's not bitter, but it's definitely a dark, deep flavor. So this is gonna be so, so good on our tempeh. I can see that tofu and tempeh take on the flavor of this really, really well. So then we've got the hot one, which is I think, which is a hot one, which is a spicy complexity for your food, with a fruity flavor. So this tastes, it smells very fruity. It smells, weirdly enough, there is no, it's made from chilies. It smells peppery, like peppers. So I'm gonna just get a couple of, oh, I love that color. It's really bright orange, so it looks really, really cool. And I can definitely smell the shallots as well, which is nice because often you add like garlic and onion to a sauce and you can't smell it. But, oh, yes. Oh my, it's definitely got a kick. I don't know what kind of chilies they use, but it's definitely got a kick. Wow, I can taste a lot of chili, I can't taste the maple syrup, but it's got some sweet background. I'm not quite sure what kind of spices are in there. I want to say garlic here a little bit. It's really spicy, but it's one of those spices, you know, when you eat like certain hot sauces or spices, and it rushes, so you get the heat and it rushes in your mouth, but it kind of like calms quite quickly as well. It's not like a spice that lingers and stays and burns your throat and your tongue. It's definitely a a spicy punch, but it kind of like peaks and leaves the palate quite quick. Yeah, I like it. And I just drank some water and it doesn't like burn on your tongue. So sometimes when you eat chilies, it burns on your tongue when you drink water. No, really, really good. So I'm really excited about those sauces and to start cooking with those sauces. First thing I'm gonna do is though, I'm gonna pop our rice on because that rice is gonna take a little while. So, and that rice, because it's black riceberry rice, you need to kind of like strain it and wash it a little bit because it's very, very black and your water gets very, very black. So this is 1 US cup of black rice, and I'm gonna add 2 US cups, so double, in warm water. And then I'm gonna just pop this onto the hob and it does its own thing. So I'm just gonna stir it every now and then. Put it on medium, high-medium heat. Okay, cool. So we're gonna start with the tempeh because we want to marinate the tempeh in the dark sauce. As I said, we are working today with some Kojikin sauces, which are brand new. They are fermented sauces, so they're really, really good for your stomach and for your digestion, which is very much important. Made to a recipe that is thousands of years old. It's used in Japan to make soy sauce, for example, and yeah, we're gonna cook with those today. And this is fresh tempeh, lovely fresh tempeh from an Asian store around the corner here. And I'm gonna make them, how am I gonna make them? I'm probably gonna try to make them a little bit like, I say ribs, obviously they're not gonna be ribs, but we're gonna cut them like this. And for anyone who hasn't tried tempeh before, tempeh is basically, I like to call it the big brother of tofu. So it's basically the same kind of process. It's soy based, so if you're allergic to soy, not your cup of tea, but if you like soy or if you can't eat soy, give it a try. It's got a really interesting texture because it uses the whole soybean rather than a mashed up soybean like in tofu. And it's really, really good. Again, really, really good for your digestion, for your stomach. It's a lovely product, and it's a little bit more nutty in flavor. but yeah, give it a try. It's really, really good. This is what their homepage looks like. I don't have my pen here with me. Yeah, so it explains a little bit more about their journey. And those are the two doctors. Did you just try to use a carrot as a stylus? No, it wasn't a carrot. Oh my god, no, it's a highlighter. It's like a mini highlighter. So, Koji Kin's dark koji sauce, triple fermented, goes in for marinating. So I'm gonna give this a good healthy glug. It definitely has a little bit of a sweet aftertaste, which is really, really lovely. So that must be the maple syrup that comes in. Okay, so we have marinated our tempeh. So we're gonna pop this to the side here. It definitely has an Asian taste, but I can see this working in all sorts of dishes, and I'm quite excited to try this out in other dishes as well. The next thing we're gonna do, the second sauce, is obviously our hee sauce, which we're gonna make some pak choi with. I'm gonna use the hot sauce. This is gonna be our main ingredient, and it's gonna be quite a bit spicy, so I'm gonna use quite a bit. This is probably good. 2 tablespoons, 2 to 3 tablespoons that go in there. So I'm gonna add a little bit of, there we are, rapeseed oil in it. Tahini, we're gonna add a little bit of tahini, just a spoonful. I also got garlic and lemon, so I'm gonna squeeze lemon juice in here. And I'm gonna add a little bit of extra garlic in there as well. Just because I like those kind of like garlic cubes. The koji sauce already has some garlic in it, but I want to add a little bit of an extra oomph. Yes, so, and then I'm gonna just make sure I mix this together. Look at this. This has transformed into like a creamy kind of sauce now. I'm quite impressed. This is amazing. This is so, so good. My rice is pretty much cooked. I just keep it on the side with the lid closed. So I'm gonna pop this on a tray, the bok choy, and then we're just gonna add our sauce on top. And this should be really, really nice. Oh, the smells so good. So it's going to be really, really garlicky, obviously. But so if you don't like garlic, for example, you could use a bit of ginger. So if you have like some ginger at home and you like that, you could add that. This is quite versatile. I love also ginger pieces. I love everything that is like a little bit like, you know, a little chunkier, and the piece. When you have a crunch, and a crunch of garlic is just something else, isn't it? So and I'm gonna just add a little bit more rapeseed oil on top, so that we get our pak choi a little bit crunchy as well. And this goes into the oven on 180 degrees Celsius for probably like 15-20 minutes. We're gonna check it in like 10 minutes or so. We stream in partnership with Koji Kin's today, which is a brand new fermented sauce producer from Brighton in East Sussex in the UK. So those are 2 doctors from Brighton, which look like this. Here we go, our 2 doctors. They have a lovely homepage. Check out their homepage. Very, very nicely explained. And they make their sauces, those sauces are fermented, and fermented from rice mold. So they use rice mold, which is used to make soy sauce, things like sake or miso in Japan, and they use that to make their own kind of sauces and sell them here. And it's a really, really interesting process. It's really, really good for your digestion, so it's really healthy. They are doctors after all, so yeah, they found a way to produce a very nice, yummy, allergen-friendly sauce, or a couple of allergen-friendly sauces. They are vegan, they are gluten-free. The only thing that's in there that is an allergen is sesame seeds, but apart from that, you're good. You're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna make a poke bowl. So for our poke bowl, I want to make a few things that go in. So we've got some spinach, which I'm gonna leave as it is. So the spinach is gonna be really, really good, high in folic acid, high in vitamin A, a good source of calcium. I also have some lovely mushrooms. So I'm gonna cut mushrooms now, and I'm gonna add those into a pan and just give them a little bit of a fry. I obviously take the stalks out, but I'm still gonna chop them up and pop them in because they're perfectly fine to eat. They're actually really, really good because a lot of the nutrients from the ground go through the stalk into the cap. So you do throw away a lot of nutrients if you throw away the stalks. I've just chopped a little bit of a cucumber here on the side. I do have some padron peppers, which I'm gonna use as well. And I'm gonna do my mushrooms now, and then I take the mushrooms out and pop the padron peppers in. And I'm gonna pop them in just with some salt and pepper. I'm gonna add some spices and herbs in there. So one thing that's never missing on my stream, and I should actually get commission for this now, I mention it every time, is nutritional yeast. We're gonna add some nutritional yeast, just a spoon, because it's so good. A little bit of smoked paprika goes in there as well. And I'm gonna add a little bit of turmeric because those are, this is another really, really good, healthy, anti-inflammatory item. So just a tiny bit. And a little bit of ground ginger as well. And that gives us a nice, lovely, basic flavor profile for anything. Oh, and I'm gonna add our padron peppers and a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. So look at this. It looks really, really nice. It smells gorgeous. Just gonna pop this in so it can start sizzling. I'm gonna swish some coconut milk through this, probably half a tin, and mix the remaining sauce here with my coconut milk. And once I've finished frying the tempeh, we're gonna just boil this quickly and make this our sauce to drizzle over the poke bowl. So first thing I'm gonna add is some spinach, some of our lovely spinach. And then we're gonna start adding things as and when. Look at that. Oh, bop, 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 bop. So here's one. I'm just gonna drape this nicely so it looks actually like really cool. Pop those on the side here. Look at this. This is going to be just such a lovely treat. Padron peppers, which can go here on the side actually. Look at that. Our cucumbers. What I did as well is I added some coconut milk to the bowl that had the remaining marinade from the tofu, so from the yami sauce, and this has just been sitting on the residue heat for probably 5 to 10 minutes now, and it has created a lovely sauce. I've got seeds and goji berries as well, which we need to add to our lovely bowl. Look at that. And here we go, our huge, humongous poke bowl, which I'm gonna gobble up yeah, in probably a couple of minutes. Give me a follow, check out kojikins.com, give them a follow and on social media as well. Thank you so much, I love you all, and I see you soon. Bye!